To Ask RPM, my name is Lloyd Ross, and this is a very short episode. I think it's episode number 5. So it's actually a follow-on from one of the episodes we did recently about whether you renovate or whether you actually outsource and you get a house built by someone else, a builder. And it seems to be cropping up everywhere, this question, should I renovate? And I was in the car the other day and I was thinking about this question, and something occurred to me that I think it's really important that in building wealth, which is the overall objective of why you're investing in property in the first place, right? The overall objective of building wealth is to stick to what you're good at and outsource what you're not good at. So a lot of people, what they do is they concentrate on things they're not really good at, and that's not the way to actually grow wealth or build a business or invest in property, whatever it might be. So if you're not in the trades and you're not good at refurbishing a house, it's really going to be a labor of love than anything else, and it's probably not going to be a way to wealth, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes and you're probably going to lose a lot of money making those mistakes. So if you're not really good at that stuff, I would stick to areas where you're smart in. The old CEO of IBM, his name was Tom Watson, and he said that he was smart in areas and he stuck to those areas. So sometimes if we're working at a job and we're making, say, $75,000, $80,000 a year, and then we go home at night and on the weekends and we start renovating our house, are we better off to get a nighttime job and a weekend job to make an extra $60,000 a year or $50,000 a year, as opposed to trying to make wealth from property by renovating when we're not very good at it and we're likely going to lose money? So your time is probably better spent doing something you're good at in the evenings and on weekends, rather than doing something you're not good at. Unless you just have this burning desire and you've watched The Block a million times and you just want to give it a crack, then by all means have a go at it and renovate your house. But just be rest assured you're probably not going to make money out of it if it's your first time. You have to provide value somewhere. You have to be actually providing value as a tradesperson in that role to probably gain the wealth. And if you're not, again, on the trades, then you're probably better off looking at a weekend job to actually generate wealth rather than the property thing. Because most of the time, if you're making changes to a house and it's your first time, your mistakes and stuff like that are going to come along, and you may not actually get any extra money from the sale of the house in the future when you decide to sell it. And I've seen that a lot, where people spend $200,000 on doing up the house and they sell it for only $200,000 more than what they bought it for. So there's actually, minus their labour and their time and the pain factor. So just be careful of that. I think stick to the areas you're smart at and outsource the areas you're not so good at.